Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. We are now going to be starting up Kingdom Hearts ReMIND.
Yes.
Actually, we're going to start the slideshow. I take it back. Apparently that's DLC. You can create a movie,
using the photo shoot. Oh, that's going to be fun at the end of this.
Didn't even know that was a thing. So yeah, we're going to be doing
I didn't either.
In order to play
just wait till we get data greetings.
Ooh, that'll be fun. But yeah, so basically in order to do ReMIND, I think you need to beat the game once over, which is very annoying because as you're going to soon learn, as we alluded to
at least on the PC version, and I'm pretty sure it's true on consoles too, you do not. You can do it right from the get-go.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
I mean, you can finish what you were going to say, but...
I thought you could only play it, like, after you beat the game, because it essentially repeats a lot of cutscenes. Like, hey, look it, remember this cutscene? Well, now there's more to it. So,
picture this.
Yeah, I mean, they do still play the cutscene twice. It's not like they replaced the cutscene, which they really should have done in the first place. But
yeah, they really should have just final mixed the game. Especially now
you and so many other people were so convinced it was just going to be final mix.
Yeah, but apparently they said it wasn't gonna, or Namor said he wasn't gonna final mix the game, but let's be honest, ReMIND essentially is a final mix to an extent. Like, get it
only to the extent that it's something that came out after the original, but that's about the only point where I would concede.
So, there's a few things, because there's a few new things that I would say aren't really final mixy near the way end of the DLC itself, but all the updated cutscenes and like that are very close to what a final mix is to an extent. Even then, not really. But whatever. So there's a lot of cutscenes. Again, it's kind of like the Keyblade Graveyard all over again, except debatably worse because not only are we repeating cutscenes, but cutscenes are much longer.
Yeah.
So I alluded to this in, I believe, the last part. We're going to be talking a lot about just random stuff and probably not really focusing on what's happening on screen.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but at least this cutscene here is something unique. We're going to get to a point pretty soon where it is point for point, camera shot for camera shot, the exact same. Even Dream Drop Distance and Birthplace Sleep, when they were repeating cutscenes, they would at least change the camera angles. They don't even do that here. It is the exact same cutscene.
This is probably the most interesting cutscene, I want to say, out of the entire bunch in this entire DLC, because it does add more questions.
I want to say there's a couple more, but I also don't remember if that's actually technically part of ReMIND or if it's part of Limit Cut, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because Limit Cut has the it's probably Limit Cut. Limit Cut has the more interesting stuff. Yeah, because what ReMIND does, essentially, like this part of the DLC, the ReMIND part, because there isn't technically another episode called Limit Cut that unlocks after this. The ReMIND episode, for the most part, is like, honestly, they have this, which just adds, this just adds a new part to the whole story, saga, whatever you want to call it. And then it just kind of explains things that were either poorly explained in the base game, and it just shows you essentially what all the other characters do while Sora's beating up Xehanort and Scala blah, Stairway to Heaven.
Yes, that one.
In his mind, I think. That's how that works, right? Like, it's taking place in his mind, right?
I think it's his heart, but you know what? I still don't know what a heart is after all this time. So for all I know, it is his heart. Yeah, I know it's not a soul, but I don't know what it is.
The question is, who are you?
Like, at this point, they could literally rip out the organ that pumps blood across his body, and they would say, oh no, that's not a heart. And I wouldn't even bat an eye. Like, oh yeah, of course not.
This is a pre-rendered cutscene. This is the pre-rendered cutscene. A pre-rendered cutscene? Actually, was this? No. This is a new cutscene, I think. I don't know. I actually don't know.
I honestly don't remember well enough. It's been too long since we've gone through the actual cutscene stuff.
It really has. And you haven't played enough of... And I assume you're skipping all the cutscenes anyways on the PC version, so...
Yeah, and mind you, I'm not playing the PC version anywhere near as much as you've been playing through PC.
Yeah, I've already got all the achievements in the first and second game. I literally have like 50 hours on Kingdom Hearts 1. I know it's sad. And I have like 30...
You know, I have not
hours.
even beaten the story mode on Cage 3, and I probably won't for a significant while.
I almost have 100 hours, I feel like, on the PC version. So you know what? At least I'm getting a bang for my buck so far. I do have the PC version.
Yeah, give it that.
Hearts 3, though.
Thank you.
And I've yet to play it. Though I do plan on playing it soon at this rate, given the fact that I'm almost 1/3 of the way through stories in what's it called? What is the name of it?
They'll figure it out eventually, don't worry.
Birth by Sleep, that's what it's called.
Before you know it. Please.
So man, how's your day been? You know?
Let him go.
Been a day.
Ooh, I like
His
days.
heart and his mind.
Ooh, so you want to go through days once we're done with it? No, please don't.
No.
We have melody memory.
That'll still be very interesting how I'm gonna have to figure out how that's gonna
It has to be post recordings. Like, it's gonna be awkward, but like, we gotta do it that way.
Yeah, for sure it will be, because again, rhythm games need to focus on those. I need to focus on them at least, especially when you have to do the really hard difficulties, which I'm probably gonna play through the entire game on the hardest difficulty. So until the game, tells me not to. Because I'm pretty sure there's some trophies related to not playing on the hardest difficulty, or some game mode makes you play on like beginner mode and stuff.
I'd have to look through the trophies.
It's the
again.
Master of Masters. You can't.
Okay, so no, this cutscene is on. Is in ReMIND. Okay, this is the one I was thinking of.
So this cutscene's awesome because it has the Master of Masters in it, and that's all that matters.
Of course.
He just wants to have fun. He's the only one in like the entire series who just wants to have fun.
So?
Like absolutely, he's pure chaos in the best way possible.
It's great. Hey, look it. His eyes aren't a different color. Not yet.
So, how'd it go?
I actually don't really remember this cutscene at all. I remember its existence, but I don't remember like what it's about.
Of what I remember of it, its existence is basically a Master of Master very blatantly egging Xehanort on.
Oh yeah,
being an agent of darkness.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, actually, now that he's saying, like, now that Xehanort said a few things, young Xehanort, I actually think this cutscene is supposed to be like
Darkness lurks in the
it's supposed to infer that the Master is telling Xehanort's a role he has to play to make sure everything, goes.
Of course, it's the Master of Master. Everyone has a role to him.
Exactly. Because this is also pre Yellow-Eyed Xehanort, which means he hasn't been corrupted by darkness yet, because I think that's what Yellow Eyes is supposed to imply.
I still don't know what Yellow Eyes means. It could honestly mean anything.
I thought it was supposed to be that that you become part Xehanort, but then there's the whole Dark Aqua thing, where she's technically not Xehanort, which everybody thought she was. She was just consumed by darkness.
Yeah, no. There's stuff like this apparently where his eyes aren't totally yellow yet. It's hard.
It could be just because he wasn't corrupted by darkness yet.
No, it's better they be ruled by.
So I was actually playing through Birth by Sleep again the other night, right? And I watched some of the last cutscenes in Terra's section,
pretending to be wolves.
And Terra repeats, or not Terra, Terra Xehanort. So Terra Nort repeats the lines that Ansem from Kingdom Hearts 1 says. You know, the whole like, oh, everything is born from darkness, the worlds are, such is its nature, you know, that whole
Well, yeah.
spiel. So after hearing him say that again, it always just makes me think on how they tried to pull off that Xehanort tried not to be the worst person in the world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I still hate that they did that. Guy killed people. He literally killed what's it called? Ericus. I mean, Ericus deserves it, but
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Ericus is worse, so you know what? He's a hero for that.
Well, two bads doesn't make a right.
Comes next is too important.
But a right doesn't make a left. A left makes a turn to the middle.
So you can make a change.
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
I don't know what you're trying to say either.
His lips look dry. You should get some water, young Xehanort.
Who knows?
Never!
My training.
Besides, look at this place. There's not a drop of water in sight.
Maybe I can gain some clarity.
So,
then.
how I take this cutscene is this is in the past, right? Because he's talking about his exams and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it's young Xehanort. It has to be. Like, doesn't it straight up say 85 years ago?
I don't know.
That?
It might have. I looked away for a second. Xehanort was like 75
Somehow
or something. I don't know. He's an old fart. But either way,
It was a long time ago, and there's a 5 in it.
Yeah, pretty much. This is so Xehanort here is in the Keyblade graveyard. Does he know he's in the Keyblade graveyard technically?
I mean, it'd be weird not to know.
What do you mean?
True, especially because he's with the Master of
One
Masters.
day you're going to outgrow it.
How so?
If you truly
You're funny, game.
the
You're funny.
darkness can't control you.
We wish they would all outgrow it.
Silly old coat
Yeah,
to stay
true.
safe. In fact, you'll be the one.
Could have resolved in multiple games plots if they'd done that, but
Me,
no.
on the other hand, I'm too much of a scaredy cat to ever take mine off.
So, see, the thing is, how I always understood it too is the Master Masters wore his, and his is supposed to be like an old version of protection from darkness, right? And that as the future would progress, right, and as time would go on, they would find new ways to
And I'm actually planning
protect themselves from darkness. But because Nomura definitely did not plan this entire series since Kingdom Hearts 2, I refuse to believe that it's just a weird quip. Oh yeah, we also don't get to learn the Master of Masters name. He's gonna say it, but we don't get to learn it.
I guess
Oh yeah, of course.
My name is
When blinding light becomes deafening.
Silence.
No, his name is Hyphen.
Yeah, okay, I see, sorry. Easy mistake to make.
I'm a lost master.
But I was gonna say something. But I
Lost
totally forgot what it
master.
was gonna be. Oh yeah, the whole outgrowing thing. I just figured that the cloak was supposed to be some sort of old form of darkness protection, and they'd eventually find a nice replacement. That like
Well, it is, but it's also something that stuck around despite being old.
There
They kept them around for
There we
75 years.
75
It was
years
75.
later. Okay, and it happened afterwards. So not beforehand.
But so funny, old man.
So, what are we gonna... Oh, yeah. You know, on the bright side, technically speaking, Yensid and Co. had some better darkness cloaks, I think, from this game onwards, right? Because remember they gave...
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but even then, it's not like Xehanort would make Organization 13. He wouldn't be like, I figured out this new way to make you safe from darkness, but I'm not gonna do it because these cloaks are awesome.
This is Xehanort we're talking about. Maybe he would.
Oh god, I just got that image of his, like, old man, his nose up in the gummy phone thing again, like, what? What do you want from me?
Well, you want to go to the realm of darkness? Well, why didn't you say so?
If I am able to replicate that image in the whatever it's called, the datascape thingy.
Oh, please do.
I really want to, because I want you to know what I've been envisioning in my head since, like, the beginning of this Let's Play, almost. Hey.
Sorry if that making a thumbnail. Because you've talked about it so many times.
To locate the new Seven Hearts. Luxord is also somewhere about in this age. But after our last meeting, he went.
I'm just trying to, like, watch this cutscene over, figure out what the hell they're all talking about again, because it's been so long.
Give it up. You're never going to know what they're talking about.
Well, the thing is that we're not going to know what they're talking about because there's no current answers to anything they bring up.
Exactly.
Which is the
But
frustrating
don't worry,
part.
you're never going to be satisfied with the answers they give you.
I mean, if it's funny and ridiculous, I'd be satisfied.
I mean, I don't know if satisfied is the right word then. You'd be amused.
Definitely.
Replica and young Xehanort returned to where they came from and reassembled.
Look at all of these darkness people.
Each of them is seeking a guardian of light.
You know, it's really unfair that they got to have 13 of them.
So, the ones who turn human and then back again into nobodies are me, you.
It's technically an unlucky number, though, so I'm not surprised that they lost.
That's 5.
Yeah, well, it's also Nora's favorite number. So they should have won by default.
Is it actually his favorite number? I wouldn't doubt it.
Yes, it is. Of course it is. What would ever make you assume it's not?
I mean, because it could be 7. You never know.
It is clearly 13.
Now we must discuss. Why?
7, 13, potato, potato, tomato, tomato.
From past times, vessels into which I transferred my heart,
I want Xehanort to do his finger waggling. I miss it.
I was restored to what you see now.
I know he didn't do it like an insane amount in the past, but he still does it in like Birth by Sleep. It's pretty obvious. He just wiggles his fingers around. I miss seeing it. I wish he would do it more.
I can't think of what you're talking about. Like all I can think of is like the Edgeworth finger wag. Now I can't get it out of my head that Xehanort's doing the Edgeworth wag.
No, so sometimes he'll like put out like his hands in front of him, right? In Birth by Sleep, like both hands, right? And he'll just wiggle all his fingers around for some reason.
Oh, that.
Yeah, for no reason. Like it doesn't do anything. He just wiggles them around.
I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed. Now I still really want to see Edgeworth style finger wagging Xehanort.
With his like face doing the same thing that Edgeworth does.
Yes.
Too. He's just like tisk tisk.
Exactly.
The prototype model was the Riku replica.
Objection.
Objection.
You'd be so wrong.
Ansem, Xemnas, Vanitas, Riku replica.
So this entire cutscene, just so everyone knows, is just them explaining how the hell they got all their other 13s.
Yes, and like 90% of cutscenes in this game, they could have easily explained it under a minute, but chose not to. Yay!
And to be fair, we had all the answers outside of just Shion and I guess Riku replica. But you could infer that Riku replica was explained because they explained that he was made from a replica because they knew about Vexen and stuff. So Shion was the only person who didn't have a proper explanation to how she got back in.
Even then, they kind of did with the data thing back from San Francisco, but I admit that's a big stretch.
Yeah. And plus, at that point, it's like, I don't know, were you expecting Shion, when you first played the game, did you expect her to be a darkness? Like, I knew she was going to be in the game.
Nobody did.
Yeah, like, I knew she was going to be in the game, it was obvious, but it's like, I never thought she was going to be a darkness.
Well, a I'm off to do my part.
I wish Zigbar would say R for reload in the middle of conversations. And then Xehanort's just like, what are you talking about?
Reload!
And then, yeah, then Zigbar's just like, oh, sorry, dude, I'm just reloading, bro.
May your heart be your guide.
Oh, well, okay then.
So if you guys weren't tired of hearing May Your Heart Be Your Guiding Key, this DLC,
I am so sorry. You're going to hear it a few thousand more times.
the DLC wanted you to really, really know.
You can't convince me they're getting rid of it after 3. I am certain it's going to stay the same from this point on.
No way they are. Because isn't this a quote that's been passed down from the Master of Masters?
Supposedly, yes.
So then yes, there's no way they're going to stop.
You know, even though they didn't say or mutter anything of this phrase until 2.8.
You're talking about the movie, right?
I was thinking of 0.2, but the movie has 2.
Well, the movie's supposed to be a retelling of the original Unchained or whatever, right?
What's wrong?
Something like that. Unchained is a mess.
It is like before they changed it to they upgraded it to whatever the heck it's called.
Even with the power of waking,
to
just bring someone
Union
back.
Cross.
Yeah, it's Union Cross now.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Really,
the story.
that's what it's been for the last several years, and I still don't know why they changed the name.
I'm afraid the
I don't
situation
know
is a lot
either.
worse.
There's what is there? There's Unchained. There's Union Cross. There's like 2 other names.
But that's not
No,
how it's
that's
supposed
it.
to work at all.
Oh, I thought there was a. I thought there was another name for Union for Union Cross, and I thought there was another name for Unchained, respectively.
No. I mean, there was the original Key, but that was Japan exclusive, and it was technically a different game. Anyway,
I think that's what the movie from 2.8 retells. I think. I don't know. My brain hurts.
And you'll end up paying an extraordinary price.
like, the thing is too, like the Unchained Key / Union Cross was virtually identical to the original Key version for the first several hundred chapters. They only diverged midway through.
So they did a retelling of a retelling of a retelling of a retelling.
Yep.
Of a retelling. Of a retelling. Of a retelling.
Will vanish from this world.
And remember, it's all canon.
And without your power,
Of course.
you can't return to the world you came from.
Of a retelling.
Of a retelling.
Of a retelling.
There's a
Hey,
lot
why is the Cherokee got a little coin pouch still? I demand an explanation. How many coins are in there? Are you paying for your train ticket?
That's the whole
I don't know, maybe. What's even in there?
That's what I want to know. Maybe he spent a lot of time on the skateboard in Kingdom Hearts 2, made up all the money, the train ticket and all the snacks.
Then this really is goodbye. So listen carefully to me.
Okay, I'm listening carefully. What is he gonna tell me?
All toasters, toast, toast. That was my second guess.
Aw.
No matter what happens, you have to accept it and move on.
I forget it. What's happening here? Oh yeah, we're saving Kyrie or something. This is the
So we're at the point where we're after Cage 3 now.
Yeah, this is how Sora saves Kyrie. So, alright, 3 best weapons in the game. Perfect.
You have to carry over everything you had before, including your broken level 99 status, so,
Is everybody okay?
It's just a shame that I'm not gonna use it almost at all.
Yeah, at least not till Limit Cut, and at that point it's... I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to help you. It will. It's just it's not going to help you as much as you'd like.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It's crazy, too, because the Super Bosses compared to Kingdom Hearts 2, They don't fuck around in this game.
Stray too far from the true power of waking.
They don't in both games, to be fair, but like at least when I'm like level 99 in Kingdom Hearts 2, like I feel like I can semi brute force all except for like Terra, right? But I get brute force, semi brute force, not fully brute force. I can semi brute force most of the bosses in.
And I was gonna say, like, by several days of fighting even one of them would like a word with you if you're thinking of brute force them.
Yeah, I mean some of them I feel like you can't. Like you could probably brute force like Vexen because he's pretty easy at level 99.
I can't be sure what's waiting.
Sans a few moments, like his DM that lasts 10 minutes. But there are some. There are like a select few that you can mostly brute force for the most part. Like I said, you do have to actually think. Like you could probably brute force Marluxia at the very least because being level 99, it's kind of hard to get to 0 over and over and over again with him. You'll probably die from his actual like attacks that damage you before that counter would go down. But he also DMs a lot. But either way, as I was trying to establish, and may your heart be your guiding key, because of course, as I was trying to say, in Kingdom Hearts 3 in this game, in the DLC, even the difference between 99 and 50 seemingly it does nothing. Like you're still like if you get comboed, you're gonna lose all your HP. Like you need to learn the bosses pretty inside and out. At least that's what it felt like for me. There was
I haven't actually beaten any of them, and I probably will at some point, but it's very, very, very low on my priorities list.
Yeah, I'm gonna force Mayo to be crazy. I don't know what they're trying to explain here.
Who are you?
Something about pure hearts
Darkness.
are careless. Oh, I understand that one.
I find it really funny how I don't know what they're trying to explain here, and then immediately the game said ellipses darkness.
Thank you for explaining it in terms I can understand.
It's me, Sora. Oh yeah, I forgot. They force you to fart. Oh yes, they force you to fart. Obviously, no, they force you to fight. They force you to fight Dark Inferno.
Yeah.
Also, he's an easier variant, so
yeah, that's it. Like if you thought he was easy before, then well.
I'm just gonna brute force this. Like I don't even care.
So I guess that whole showcasing the level 99 fight was pointless.
I totally forgot that they forced you to fight Dark Inferno. So, but yes, you are correct. It is very pointless, you know. Given that they force it. I totally forgot they forced you to fight him. Oh, there we go. Hey, we got another item slot.
Oh, yay. Shame you can't use that in the base game where it'd actually be useful.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, it is actually pretty useful in Limit Cut, unless you can perfect every single boss. Like, without taking any damage or anything. Hey, this doesn't happen in the game. Look at it, it's a slightly different cutscene.
No, that's way too much effort for Limit Cut. Or sorry, ReMIND, we were just talking about Limit Cut. Get confused.
Alright, see, now we're back at the normal cutscenes, I think. Yeah,
sweet normal scene. I got worried.
Wait, no, never mind. This was a repeat cutscene, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I know this part they showed in the original game. He's gonna Zeta Flare. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Do it.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna
do it.
He did it. Donald, you're not even one of the lights. Why would you kill yourself to do this? You just ruined the entire
Also, it just dawned on me, wasn't this supposed to be the timeline that got undone? Where
You're
you set a
right.
flare.
You're right.
So why are we even seeing this?
This is supposed to be the timeline that gets undone. Look, they just were really proud of showing everybody dying, so you know
Yay!
they have to show again. Well, there goes Donald. Donald's officially dead. Oh yeah, Ven is also dead. 100%.
Oh yes, of course.
Axel might be dead.
Do we get to watch anybody else die? Please and thank you.
Is this Aqua's heart?
No, this is not Aqua's heart. This is Aqua's stained glass mural.
I mean, it's basically the same thing.
This is
I mean, the name of this area is called Dive into the Heart. So, yeah. No, Axel's alive. He's breathing. Ven's dead, though.
This can't be real.
Yeah,
Huh?
for now. I have to specify that.
Oh, please tell me I get to fight. I want to fight him. I want to fight the Demon Tide.
Oh yeah, the thing I thought you were gonna fight before. Come on, let's do it.
Pull it together, Sora.
Also, sorry if you guys heard. Everybody probably heard a little sound from my
They
computer
still
because
have
it's
their hearts,
unplugging my what's it
but
called?
we have to protect them. Right.
My phone. I'm not looking at, now I'm just looking at my phone. So how's everybody
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
today?
like this is literally the exact same cutscene, and we've already proven by now, I think, that we generally don't care a whole lot about discussing cutscenes. Much like, well, joke and mean about the lore all day long, but as far as individual cutscenes, we're not really the channel to go to for dissecting it.
To be fair, we've probably already given our 2 cents on this stuff anyway, so it's not like it really matters. You know, at least if we do end the part anytime soon, we can say we did, in fact, have 1 segment of gameplay.
How long have we even been going for?
Just take a guess.
Like 35 minutes.
Fairly close, about 32 minutes. Hey, why are you holding the Kingdom Key out, Sora? I don't have that equipped currently.
No.
Yeah, and I know for a fact when you first watched this, you had the Nano Gear one
I
out,
did,
so...
because it looked ridiculous.
Exactly!
Hey, look, here's a new part of a cutscene.
Darkness! I love darkness.
See, she sees all the shadows as her evil self. And apparently so does Sora, because Sora is now Aqua or something.
It's like, please, don't question it. This is getting dangerously close to Persona territory, and I don't like it.
I also find it really funny how, out of all those little flashback cutscenes, they showed one from Birth by Sleep. So you can tell because it just showed the model of one of the Heartless, like, you know, the Heartless from the Secret episode. Yeah. This is really funny. Well,
why remake the model and then you just use the one from the PSP game?
Sora's spirit's also dead. It got eaten by the Heartless. Oh wait, do we have to fight Dark Aqua again?
I don't remember that being a thing, but maybe.
Alright, we're fighting Dark Aqua again. Oh, sorry, Anti-Aqua.
Oh yeah, totally different thing.
Look how much damage she does. I actually think she does less than Dark Inferno. Hey, look at I blocked 2 of her attacks and I won. Max MP increase.
Hooray!
Alright. What other bosses can you force me to fight against my will that I've already fought?
Let's see.
Can I fight Riku?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, can we go? Can we fight that Riku thing from Saint from Tokyo?
Yeah.
That's like, no joke. What I was thinking. So it's like perfect. Let's go.
Well, everybody's dying, so you know what that means, Mayo.
Keyblade, Keyblade.
Keyblade!
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you can't just add one. You gotta add all of them.
I'll get rid of them.
You know, there's still that one you never got rid of for story reasons. So,
I mean, he died.
yeah, you're right.
If it happens again, he's gonna die again.
There.
Tara, we found you.
Tara, please say you're in there.
What are we talking about? Who's Tara? Am I Tara? Are you Tara?
I know that
You're Tara. I'm Tara. Tara.
Ooh. I hope I get to play as, or not play, I hope I get to fight Lingering Will. Hey, look, a pre-rendered cutscene. I can tell because the lighting is totally different.
Yep.
Yeah, see, the in-game models don't look that good. You can't fool me, Nominee.
What are you doing?
They don't have this much emotion.
Have you lost yourself?
What are you doing in here, Nominee? Aren't you technically dead?
Well, it's a long story.
Don't you technically not exist?
Tell me, why haven't you returned?
Wait, this what time is it? Like, are we talking about like post Cage 3, or are we back to graveyard time? Because it's different depending on your answer, and I don't like the answer either way.
I think we're at graveyard time again. Also, hey, look at it's this cutscene again.
It's very convoluted. Also, Nominee has her weird Sora powers, so honestly, who knows?
This is the 4th time we've, in fact, seen this exact thing play out.
But fear not.
I remember when I first saw this, and it was after replaying the game, and when it showed me this brief thing for the 4th time again in a row, I was almost gonna, like, scream. I was like, stop, please. I've seen this enough times. The stupid cutscene where it shows Terranort.
Instead, I've brought out
because they show it once, you know, the first time, and then everyone dies, and they show it again, but with Lingering Will coming. And then in this, and then the DLC, they just showed it again without the Lingering Will part, just everyone dying again. And then they just showed it briefly again. Okay, they're showing it again, they're just showing fragments of the cutscene.
But okay.
This is the Lingering Will part. This is the Lingering Will cutscene. This is literally, I've seen this 4 times over, technically 2 times over, on 2 different occasions.
Who are you? Got you, Xehanort.
Hey, look it's Terra. Oh, you know, I almost just asked, why would Lingering Will say, "Who are you?" to Terranort? But then I remembered that Xehanort actually technically lost his memory for a period. I don't remember if he ever got it back, like, proper. I want to play as Lingering Will because then I get to become literally just overpowered.
You say that and I say Roxas.
Not true. Yeah, but Roxas is not as strong as Lingering Will. Lingering Will is just overpowered. You know what's really sad too?
They would just give him a Terra's moveset, and you know it.
That's true. You know what's really sad about Lingering Will? Like, not about... Well, it's not about Lingering Will, but it's about everyone else, specifically Aqua and Ven. The fact that Lingering Will has all these really cool things and does all these really cool things, despite the fact that he's technically Terra. Or not, or yeah, he's technically Terra or whatever. So Terra got ridiculously strong. Meanwhile, Aqua and Ven don't transform their Keyblades or do anything cool. They just smack things.
And of course, Terra conveniently forgets everything once he gets control of his body again. Because of course.
One was surrounded by darkness, the other surrounded by light.
Wretched spirit.
In any other series, that would sound ridiculous.
As long as Master Xehanort,
in Kingdom Hearts, it's a plot point.
You're a threat to Aqua and Ven.
I wish they used the I don't remember the name of the Keyblade, but it's basically the same Keyblade that
At all costs.
Lingering Will is wielding that Terra has in Birth by Sleep, but it's like substantially thicker. His Keyblade is very close to being like an actual sword. Like, it is very thin.
No, his rage is too strong.
Unlike, say, the Kingdom Key, which is like really thick and actually just a blunt object.
That's the point. It is a blunt object.
Exactly, that's
you run around and whack things with it.
And Terra should have the same Keyblade, but it should be bigger and thicker because it's sorry, Lingering Will should, because it's like a big thick thing. It's like, you know, it just beats him with blunt objects, but no, it's like a sword here. It also looks sharp enough to be a sword. Jeez. Oh, come on, Lingering Will. If you were this easy, we would have won in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Be gone.
So, I think this is supposed to be like a partial explanation to how Terra turned into the Guardian.
How can you be here?
Hey, I can travel to different times too, you know. Did you think you were the only one with that power?
Look here, Sora. If this is the case, then how come you didn't tell us about this in what's it called? Or how come Terranor didn't bring this up when we were battling the Darknesses, huh? Shouldn't he have been like, "Hey Sora, how did you get back here, you little shit?" And then everybody around him would have been like, "What? He was with us the whole time."
I don't even know anymore. At this point, like, with how they've introduced time travel, they could easily have, like, literally 100 Soras running around at any given time.
I am upset at this cutscene because it's Sora's fault that Lingering Will, the overpowered person, dies. I mean, Sora's also overpowered, mind you, but... Ooh. So this is kind of a repeat battle in a sense, but this is a more proper 1v1 against
yes.
Terranor, except I'm level 99, so...
So, see, like, when I first did this, I was at level 60, so it was a much more proper fight.
Yeah, I think I didn't do it maxed out either. I also did it at, like, a reasonable level. But, you know.
Like, you know, I know he's starting through this, but he actually is more difficult than Xehanort, technically.
He is very difficult. Also, I do want to mention this for future reference. When we get to Limit Cut, I am turning off the Keyblade transformation cutscenes. It's technically nerfing yourself to an extent, but it helps a lot when you're against the Limit Cut bosses. In base game, I guess it technically nerfs you a bit because you lose some iframes, you lose some of the damage and stuff like that from transforming. But not having the cutscene plays makes it so I don't accidentally, like, the camera doesn't switch and I can't accidentally kill myself by screwing up my positioning.
Darkness awaits you.
Ooh, he said the word darkness.
Darkness? My favorite word?
Well, Spirit Sword died.
Oh, that's another death.
Wait, hold on.
Unbelievable.
I will genuine. Actually, you know what? We did technically go to the final world again. So...
Keyblade.
Yeah, that's another death.
So that is in fact a death. Oh, I did not read what that said. I think it's just mentioned.
I did not either.
I think it just mentions how you now have you have the whole DLC thing written under the number. Which, yeah, so now we're technically, officially, our campaign is now considered DLC mode. Because after you finish the this DLC, it what happens? Oh yeah, you have an option to continue the main game proper again. So yeah, we have to go through all the bosses of this entire section all over again. Now, the part's been going on for 45 minutes, Mayo. Do you think we stop here, or do you think we should continue?
I'm gonna say stop here.
Yeah, that's honestly probably a smart idea. So yeah, in the next...
This is not gonna be a good place to cut. And also, remember what happened the first time we went through here? That's more or less gonna happen again.
Oh yeah,
for the same reason.
Yeah, we had to literally stop and then with the autosave, and we had to hope to God that the autosave worked.
Yep.
And it did. But, you know. Let me just make sure... Oh, wait, look at my gun. Oh, I can take a selfie here, I guess, technically, too.
Oh, yeah, get your thumbnail.
Well, look there's more things added to the glossary because of the DLC. A new Heartless was added? Oh, Dark Inferno. Is that X or is that key?
It's Kingdom Hearts. That's absolutely saying key.
The darkness that erupted out of Ventus's heart. What? I don't want to think about it.
But Ventus's heart doesn't have darkness. Like the darkness that he had turned into Vanitas. That
the game couldn't take Mayo's smartness and make sure that there's no other new... Oh, Mayo's back. He died for a second. I'm just making sure there's no other abilities worth putting on. There are not. So yeah, alright, well in the next part we'll be doing more... I almost said limit cut, we're not there yet. Yeah, the next part we'll be doing more ReMIND.
More ReMIND.
We'll see you guys when we
We are absolutely not going to finish next time at this rate either. So,
yeah, so see you next time when we're...
Wait, thumbnail!
Oh, yep. See you next time then when we're doing all the battles all over again.
Woo!
Hold on, I just gotta...
Just have to get the nose inside his fingers, yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Oh, bye. I'll toast.
Chicken tenders!